Hello students, so we will proceed with our exercise 6.2 further examples. Sixth one I have taken, find the intervals in which the following functions are strictly increasing or strictly decreasing. Okay, so same as your fourth one, fifth one already I have shown you, but still just to brush up, in sixth one I will do just one B1 I am doing. They have given 10 minus 6x minus 2x square. So given, write here let f of x. So what we have to do, checking your increasing, decreasing, we have to see f dash of x. If it is positive, it is increasing. If it is negative, it is decreasing. And here along with that, they are asking us what? Intervals. Okay, so we have to find the intervals. So f dash of x, 10 is a constant, it will be 0. Here what we get? Minus 6, x differentiation is 1. Again here minus 2 already is there. X square differentiation, what you get? 2x. I am not writing all that d by dx, you should understand. So you get minus 6x minus 2 is a 4x. So you get minus 6 minus 4x. So I have said you, whenever you are finding, when they tell you find the intervals, means what you have to do, f dash of x is equal to 0, equate it to 0, because you have to find your x value. We want our interval, right? So f dash of x is what? Minus 6 minus 4x is equal to 0. So minus 4x skip here, 6 take it to the other side, so minus becomes plus. X will be what? X value I get 6 divided by 4, which is 3 by 2, right? 6 3s are 6, 2 3s are 2, 2s are, so I get 3 by 2. X is equal to minus 3 by 2. Now what is interval? See, here shall I do the number line? I will draw here. So this is the number line, and the point which you have got is minus 3 by 2. So as I have said you have got one point, you have to find the interval. So where up to where it is we don't know, so what we take? Negative side up to minus infinity, positive side up to plus infinity. So you have got one interval and you have got another interval. So you have to check in particular interval, right? One interval is minus infinity to minus 3 by 2. It is open interval, I have said you already, open interval, because this we are now not counting, because on this point we are not checking. If it is open means these are excluded, only between this points are counted. Next is minus 3 by 2 to infinity, plus infinity. So you have got two intervals. So we will say check. You have dash of x, what you have got? Minus 6 minus 4x, right? Like this it is. Minus 6 minus 4x. So between this, any point if you put in this, any point if you put, you will get positive or negative. Yes, you can check in this, or here on, so you can check. Now this is already negative, this is negative, and if you put here x value in negative, you become negative, negative, positive. So minus sign with this. So if you see, if you put any number between this, okay, minus infinity to minus 3 by 2, you will get here what? Positive. If you want, you can check it, you will get a positive. So your f dash of x is positive, which means it is increasing. Okay, it is increasing. And between this numbers, if you put in this, you will get negative. Okay, between this you will get, see your positive terms. So your minus, minus into plus into minus, you will get minus, minus, and then answer also you will get in a minus itself. So this is your f dash of x, you get less than 0, so it will be your decreasing. Okay, in the same way you have to do like this all the problems of your sixth question. So we will see E1 is x plus 1 whole cube, x minus 3 whole cube. So f of x plus 1 whole cube, x minus 3 whole cube. So what we have to do, f dash of x, see here f dash of x, u into v form, and again interior also is there, x raised to n, and again interior. So chain rule you have to apply. uv also it is, yes, considering uv, to consider your uv, right? How it is, keeping your u as it is, I am keeping first my x plus 1 whole cube, keeping as it is, differentiating your v, and v is also first how, x raised to n. So it will be how, 3x minus 3 square, yes, x minus 3 square, again into interior differentiation of this is 1, of x is 1 and 3 is 0. So this is your u, plus keeping your v as it is, x minus 3 whole cube, differentiating your u, x raised to n it is, so 3 x plus 1 whole square, and again interior it is 1. So like this you'll get. So what I've done, I've taken 3 common from this both, from this and this 3 common I've taken, and x plus 1 square, see here x plus 1 cube, x plus 1 square, so x plus 1 square I've taken, and x minus 3 also is common from this both, so x minus 3 square I've taken common. So I'll be left with x plus 1 plus x minus 3, right? From here I have x plus 1 and from here I have x minus 3. So like this I'll get, so I'll be having 3x plus 1 square, x minus 3 square. So here I will be having 2x minus 2, right? 2x minus 2. So again I can take here 2 common. So 2 into 3 is 6, x plus 1 square, x minus 3 square, and 2 if I have taken commons, I'll be left with x minus 1. Okay. So f dash of x you have got like this. So x values, how you will get, see here you have this ones, this one, this ones. Okay, so directly you can get, here your x value will be x minus 1, here x is equal to 3, x plus 1. You can take like that also, or else again f dash of x equal to 0 you do on equating. So equating it to 0, how we do personally, right? If it is multiplication means this is equal to 0, this is equal to 0, this is equal to 0. Equating separately. So if x plus 1 is equal to 0, one is x minus 3 equal to 0 and another is x minus 1 equal to 0. So here you see x value you will get minus 1, here you will get x is equal to 3, here you will get x is equal to 1. So you have got minus 1, 3, 1. You have got so many intervals. See, you have got 1 is your minus 1, 1 is your 1, and again you have 3. So one interval is minus 1 to 1, 1 to 3, and here what it will be, obvious will take minus infinity to plus infinity, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 intervals you have to check. For 4 intervals you have to check. This is one interval from your minus infinity to minus 1, then you have minus 1 to 1, then you have 1 to 3, then you have 3 to infinity. In f dash of x we will just check it, make the table same. So now we can see you have got intervals. So check between minus infinity to 1, you put here any value. Suppose you put here minus 2 in this, you get in negative itself. Here minus 2, if you put, this becomes square positive, this becomes positive, but here you will get negative. So anything plus into minus is negative. So if it is negative means it is decreasing, right? So it is strictly decreasing, right? Here strictly I am not writing. Now minus 1 to 1, minus 1 to 1 if you put, suppose if you put 0 in this, 0, 0, you will get negative itself. So here also negative, so this is also strictly decreasing, here also decreasing you will get. Now between 1 to 3, 1 to 3 if you put 2, you will get positive, right? Here you will get positive. So this is strictly increasing. And even between your 3 to infinity if you put, you will get positive itself. So here also it is strictly increasing. Any number you can put here, you have so many, 4, 5, 6, anything. Okay. So like this you have to check it. Pause the video to note it down. Okay. So we are doing 9th one. Prove that y is equal to 4 sin theta by 2 plus cos theta minus theta is an increasing function of theta in closed interval 0, pi by 2. Okay. So here you see again the question type has changed, that has become type 1, right? They are telling prove that, which means you have to not equate it to 0. Yes, whenever they are telling, I have said you, whenever they are telling you to find intervals, you have to equate f dash of x to 0 and you have to find the interval. In this already interval will be given, you have to just check what they are telling. You have to just prove it. Here they are telling increasing function, show it. So you have, take it 4 sin theta by 2 plus cos theta minus theta. So differentiating with respect to theta, right? U by v form it is, differentiation of u by v how? First keeping your v, differentiating your u, minus keep your u, differentiate your v, whole divided by v square. The same way I have kept my v, differentiated my u. 4 as it is, cos sin theta becomes cos theta. Minus keep your v as it is, 4 sin theta, differentiating your v. 2 differentiation is 0 and cos theta is minus sin theta. So whole divided by v square, 2 plus cos square 2 plus cos theta whole square. Now here you have minus, and differentiation of theta is, we are differentiating with respect to theta, so this is 1. So now multiply it, you get 8 cos theta. So next what I have done, multiplied 4 to the 8 cos theta plus 4 cos square theta, minus into minus becomes plus 4 sin square theta. This minus I have kept as it is, 2 plus cos square theta. Just be simplifying it so that we can get a clear cut value. Now here we can take our LCM, because still here also we are in a mixed portion. So take here LCM, 2 plus cos square theta, and here you see cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1, 4 I can take common, so it becomes 4. So 8 cos theta plus 4, why your cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So 4 into 1 is 4, minus 1 by 2 plus cos theta whole square. Take the LCM, so you get 8 cos theta plus 4 minus 2 plus cos theta whole square whole divided by 2 plus cos theta whole square. So now keep here 8 cos theta plus 4, simplify this, a plus b whole square formula you apply. So you get this whole divided by 2 plus cos square theta, again denominator keep as it is. Now what we are doing, multiply your minus sign, 8 cos theta plus 4 minus cos square theta minus 4 cos theta. So here you see a plus 4 minus 4 get cancels, you are having 8 cos theta minus cos square theta minus 4 cos theta whole divided by, again denominator 2 plus cos theta whole square. 8 cos theta plus 8 cos theta minus 4 cos theta, you get 4 cos theta, and this is minus cos square theta whole divided by 2 plus cos theta whole square. Now in this both cos theta I can take common, so I have taken cos theta common, I will be left with 4 minus cos theta divided by 2 plus cos theta the whole square. So here finally this much I guess again enough, don't want, again we can't solve it also further, if you solve also you will be left with the same. We will check now. So they are checking it is increasing function, we have to show whether it is increasing function of theta in closed interval 0 to pi by 2 they have said, right. Increasing means obvious we have to show f dash of theta. Now here we are doing for theta, it is should be positive, we have to show. Now you see here, and interval what they have given, interval they have given 0 to pi by 2, right, they have given 0 to pi by 2. Now if you consider your quadrant, your 0 to pi by 2 means first quadrant, and in first quadrant we know that cos is always positive. Here all trigonometric functions are positive, right, so obvious cos is positive. But still if you want to check step by step, now here you see if you take cos value, and you know that cos value lies between minus 1 to 1, so it should be between this only, you can't exceed 2 plus 1 and you can't exceed to minus 1, it should be in this only. So here whatever value if you take negative, so it is square, it becomes positive itself, here square it is, so this is positive. Now cos theta, so this theta obvious it lies in first quadrant, so this is also positive, theta lies between 0 to pi by 2 you are telling. Here also now you see here it is 4, so if you tell here if you take the less value, but you can't take, why you can't exceed to this number, this cos value, why, because I have said you your cos value lies between minus 1 to 1, so here obvious you will get less number, okay, 4 then less, so here also you will get positive itself. So overall if you see your cos theta is positive in your given interval 0 to pi by 2. So whatever I have explained you, same I have written in sentence also. Cos theta is positive in your first quadrant, that is 0 to pi by 2. 2 plus cos theta whole square, obvious it is positive because any value of theta square it is coming. 4 minus cos theta is also positive because I said the value cannot exceed in your first quadrant. Yes, it cannot exceed 1. So in all this we can say your overall dy by d theta is positive. So f dash of x is positive. You can write f dash of theta also because we are doing in theta, right. You can write like that also, it's okay. In your closed interval 0 to pi by 2, therefore your f of x is increasing function in 0 to pi by 2. I hope this much is clear for you. Pause the video to note it down. The next question, 14th one. Find the least value of a such that the function f given by f of x is equal to x square plus ax plus 1 is strictly increasing on closed interval 1, 2. So here you see this question is a bit different. Here they have said you it is strictly increasing. They have already said it is strictly increasing. You have to find the least value of a. Okay. So we will solve it in the same procedure. f of x they have given. So you have to find your f dash of x because they have said you it is strictly increasing. So f dash of x, what you get, x square differentiation is 2x and ax differentiation is a. Okay, as function is strictly increasing, they have given, right, strictly increasing. So therefore your f dash of x is what, positive, strictly increasing, like this only, right. So this becomes f dash of x is what, 2x plus a is greater than 0. So now you see you have to find your a value. So in place of your x least value you have to check. So here you x put your least value, okay, least value. Now interval they have given 1 comma 2. So in this least value is what, 1 we can check, okay, we can go for 1. So put in place of x put 1. So what you get, 2 1 plus a is greater than 0. 2 1s are 2 plus a is positive. So a, what you will get value when it goes here, it becomes greater than minus 2. So your least value for a is minus 2. Okay. This is equal to minus 2. It should be, least value should be minus 2. 16th one, prove that the function f of x is equal to log sin x is strictly increasing on interval 0 comma pi by 2 and strictly decreasing on pi by 2 comma pi. So here you have to prove it. This is your a part, you can take strictly increasing, and this as your b part, strictly decreasing. Okay, so we will see, we will prove. So first we have to find our f dash of x, right. So f dash of x, what we get, log of sin x. Log x differentiation is 1 by x, and again sin x differentiation is cos x. So cos by sin is cot x. So we will prove now. Say first they are telling strictly increasing on 0 comma pi by 2 for x belongs to 0 comma pi by 2. They have already given you the interval, we have no need to find, just we have to show whether this is strictly increasing or no in this particular interval. Now your f dash of x, what you have got, cot x, and 0 to pi by 2 means it is first quadrant, right. See, 0 to pi by 2 means here it lies, and this is first quadrant, and in first quadrant all your trigonometric ratios are positive. So this will be obvious positive, right, as cot x lies in first quadrant. So therefore f dash of x is positive, which is strictly increasing. Sorry. So we have showed that it is strictly increasing on 0 to pi by 2. B, what they are telling, for x belongs to pi by 2 to pi, you have to show it is strictly decreasing. Okay, your f dash of x is what you have got, f dash of x is cot x, right, and pi by 2 to pi, that is second quadrant, right. This will be your pi by 2 and this is your pi. It lies in second quadrant, and as we know cot x is positive in your first quadrant, that is 0 to pi by 2, and your even third quadrant it is positive, that is pi to 3 pi by 2. Okay, and x pi to pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, it is obvious again negative, right. So here it is negative, here it is positive. So pi by 2 to pi, it is in second quadrant, so obvious this is negative. So you can see here it is negative, so you can write f dash of x is a negative in your pi by 2 to pi. This like your property, your when it is negative means your x belongs to pi by 2 to pi union 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. If you take like this means you will get it's a negative only. So it is strictly decreasing, strictly decreasing. Okay, for your f dash of x is less than, even here f dash of x positive means your x belongs to how, 0 to pi by 2 union pi by 2 to pi. Okay, there was no space, I have written like this, union pi by 2 to, this is pi by 2 comma pi. Okay, you have like this property while doing this. From this also it is clear, when it is positive it will be this intervals and negative it will be this interval. So wherever it is, if they pick at any interval means we can understand it is strictly decreasing, this is strictly increasing. Okay. Next topic is our tangents and normals. So we will see what is our tangent and what is our normal. Okay. So here you have to they have given your equation. Yes, equation of a tangent and equation of normal. Before that we'll see what is our tangent and normal. Now suppose I take any curve. Okay, this is my my number line and I've taken a curve. Now a line passing through one point. Okay, see a line passing through this one point, this is called as your tangent. This is called as your tangent, this line. And the line perpendicular to tangent, okay, this is a tangent, and line perpendicular to a tangent passing through the common point. Passing through the common point, this is called normal line. Okay, this is what it means. The normal line is here, the line perpendicular tangent passing through the common point, and a line passing through the curve. Okay, a line drawn through a curve with only one point. There is only one point here, so that is called your tangent. That is tangent and that is normal line. This point you can take as x comma y. So we are studying about equation of this tangent and equation of a normal line. Before that we should know some points about your straight lines, which you have already studied in your I guess first year also, and even your SSLC part about your straight lines. We know that equation of a line, okay, equation of line, point slope form. In your, now suppose you have a slope, they have given slope as m, and one point they have given x1 y1. So its equation, how we have is the equation y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Passing through origin, it is y is equal to mx. See here, what is your slope means? I have already done. First I'll show you. Now a line, okay, a line making an angle theta anti-clockwise through your x-axis. Okay, making an angle theta through x-axis is called as your slope. And this slope, this tangent means was your tan theta. So for this L, m is equal to tan theta. So this slope is your tan theta of this this theta slope, you can tell as a tan theta. Now if you, it is a slope which is a line making an angle anti-clockwise theta along with your x-axis is your tan theta. Your slope means it is m is equal to tan theta. Then two parallel lines have equal slopes, that is m1 is equal to m2. Two perpendicular lines with slope m1 and m2 respectively, then m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. You have studied all this, just again I have given you points because it is required again. Slope of line parallel to x-axis is 0. Slope of a line parallel to y-axis is 0, obvious, right? See, now you have this. Now any slope you have drawn parallel to x, it is what angle it makes? It makes 0 only, right? Nothing is there, angle 0. So tan 0 is also 0 also, 0 only. Slope of a line parallel to x-axis, y-axis. Here I'll take parallel to y-axis means it is making what? 90 degree, right? Parallel to y making 90 degree, and tan 90 is what? Not defined, that is infinity. So slope of line parallel to y-axis is infinity. Two curves intersect at right angles are called orthogonal curves, like this. See here, two curves, they are intersecting, this they are making a right angle. So such curves are called as your orthogonal curves. So we have to find equation of a tangent. Now I have taken a curve, okay, this is y is equal to f of x, so this is also y is equal to f of x, and this x-axis, y-axis, okay. Suppose I have made a point here, there is a point x0, y0, and I have made a tangent passing through that point, okay, y is equal to f of x, okay, and tangent is there. Now you have to find equation of tangent. Before that we should know our slope of a tangent, right? Because this is making a slope of tangent. You're telling you tell we have a point, right? We have a point, so we can find slope of that. So your slope of that tangent, how it is founded? By taking its derivative, okay, by taking the derivative of your f of x. So slope of a tangent of a curve y is equal to f of x at a point x naught comma y naught is what? F dash of x at that point x naught comma y naught, right? So now we have, what is this f dash of x at x naught comma y naught? It is slope of a tangent. Okay, now we have a slope of a tangent, we know slope equation, and we have a point also. So considering that, we can find our equation of a tangent. Therefore, so here is your equation of a tangent at x naught y naught. So this is your slope and these are your points, x minus x1, y minus y1, right? We have done through what? Point slope form equation of a line using the help of that. Here m is a slope, here slope is what? F dash of x, but at point we have derived at the point x naught, right? So y minus y naught is equal to f dash of x naught, x minus x naught. Now we'll see equation of a normal. Pause the video to note it down. Equation of a normal, same I have taken that only curve. This was your y is equal to f of x, right? At your point this was your derived. So this was your slope of a tangent, that was your m1 I have taken because it was f dash of x at your point x naught y naught. Normal is what we have said, it is perpendicular to your tangent. So this I can take as your m2. Okay, this as I'm taking as your m2 normal, you write. Okay, m2 normal, and this was your f of x. Y is your is equal to f of x. Now we have one condition already I have said you, that your perpendicular m1 into m2 is equal to what? Minus 1, right? This already we have done. So the same I can write. So same I am writing, since the normal is perpendicular. Okay, here I didn't write normal, so I have taken like this. Since the normal is perpendicular to the tangent, the slope of the normal to the curve y is equal to f of x at x naught comma y naught is given as how? Minus 1 by f dash of x naught, right? Because we know that perpendicular of your normal and your tangent is what? Minus 1. Now we have to find your m2, right? So this becomes minus m1 by minus 1 by m1, and m1 we know that f dash at x naught. So the same in this sentence I have written slope of a normal to the curve is equal to minus 1 by f dash of x naught. This same only it is, where your f dash naught of x is not equal to 0. So we have got our slope now, and now we will find our equation, right? So equation, just pause it, note it down if you want to note this all things. So equation of normal, we know that point of slope form how it is? Y minus y naught into m x minus x naught. So here it becomes y minus y naught. Your m is what your slope of normal is, minus 1 by f dash of x naught, x minus x naught. That is, again if you simplify, take multiplying this y minus y naught into f dash of x naught. This is in your negative it comes. So if you take to the left hand side, it becomes positive. So your equation of normal is y minus y naught f dash of x naught plus x minus x naught is equal to 0. Okay. So problematic part based on your tangent and your normal will take in your next class. Take down this note too. If a tangent of a line, that curve y is equal to f of x, makes an angle theta with their x axis, as I said you, slope is equal to m is equal to tan theta, right? So same this also, dy by dx is equal to tan theta, which is your slope of a tangent. Okay, so problems we will take in our next class. I hope this is clear. Write down this everything, pause the video and note it down everything. Thank you.